You ever notice how some people act like their birthday is just Tuesday? No countdown, no birthday week, no dramatic hints. They wake up, go to work, answer emails, maybe eat dinner, and if you didn't already know, you'd never guess it was their birthday. When someone finally says, "Wait, today's your birthday?" they shrug and go, "Yeah," like you just asked what day it is. And that reaction, it confuses people, because birthdays are supposed to matter. They're supposed to be loud, celebratory, a little self-centered. At least that's the rule everyone seems to agree on. So when someone treats their birthday like a normal day, people start reading into it. Are they sad? Are they depressed? Did something happen? But here's the thing. For many people, downplaying their birthday isn't about sadness at all. It's psychology. And once you understand it, their behavior starts to make a lot of sense. So let's talk about the psychology of people who treat their birthday like a normal day, not as a flaw, not as a red flag, but as a pattern. Because chances are, you might recognize yourself in one of these types. Type 1. The attention avoidant. This is the person who's deeply uncomfortable being the center of attention. They don't hate people. They don't hate joy. They just hate the feeling of being observed, the singing, the expectations, the moment where everyone looks at them, waiting for a reaction. Psychologically, this ties to social sensitivity and nervous system overload. For some people, attention doesn't feel validating. It feels invasive. Their body goes into alert mode the second all eyes turn toward them. If this is you, your ideal birthday isn't a party. It's quiet, low pressure, maybe shared with one or two people you trust, or no one at all, not because you don't matter, but because peace matters more. Type 2. The authenticity seeker. This person treats their birthday like a normal day because they don't like scheduled affection. They don't want people to be kind, generous, or thoughtful just because the calendar says they should. They want consistency. They want care that shows up randomly, not ceremonially. Psychologically, this reflects discomfort with performative connection. When affection feels scripted, it can feel less real, even if it's well-intentioned. If this resonates, you might downplay your birthday on purpose. You don't remind people. You don't post about it. You quietly notice who remembers on their own, not as a test, but as information. Type 3. The reflective time thinker. This person treats their birthday like a normal day because time feels heavy to them. Birthdays mark aging, change, the passing of years. And while some people find that exciting, others experience it as introspective. Psychologically, this connects to existential awareness. When someone naturally thinks about meaning, direction, and mortality, birthdays don't spark celebration. They spark reflection. If this is you, your birthday might feel less like "yay me" and more like "wow, another year." Not in a depressing way, just a thoughtful one. So you go about your day, not because you're avoiding the meaning, but because you're already sitting with it. Type 4. The non-burden bearer. This person treats their birthday like a normal day because they don't want to inconvenience anyone. They don't want people rearranging schedules, spending money, making a fuss. They're deeply aware of the effort celebration requires, and they don't want to impose. Psychologically, this often appears in people who are highly empathetic or who learned early to minimize their needs. They feel more comfortable giving than receiving. If this is you, you might secretly enjoy when someone remembers your birthday, but feel uncomfortable when it becomes a big production. Gratitude mixed with guilt. Type 5. The internally grounded. This person treats their birthday like a normal day because their sense of self isn't tied to milestones. They don't need a yearly marker to feel special, reflect, or reset. Their self-worth doesn't spike or dip based on dates. Life feels continuous, not segmented. Psychologically, this reflects strong internal validation. When someone feels stable in who they are, symbolic moments carry less emotional weight. If this resonates, you might genuinely not care whether your birthday is acknowledged or not. Not defensively, not secretly hurt, just neutrally. Now here's the important part. Treating your birthday like a normal day doesn't mean you don't value yourself. It doesn't mean you're ungrateful. And it definitely doesn't mean something is wrong with you. For some people, celebration is energizing. For others, simplicity is. So let me ask you, which type are you? The attention avoidant? The authenticity seeker? The reflective time thinker? The non-burden bearer? The internally grounded? Or maybe, like most humans, it's a mix. Understanding this isn't about forcing yourself to celebrate more or judging yourself for not wanting to. It's about recognizing what your nervous system, values, and identity actually respond to. Because sometimes, treating your birthday like a normal day isn't indifference. It's self-knowledge. And in a world that constantly tells you how you're supposed to feel, choosing your own rhythm, even on your birthday, might be the most honest thing you can do. Just remember, not celebrating loudly doesn't mean the day means nothing. Sometimes, it means you already feel whole.